I'm taking a strap. I'm strapped up.
What's happening? What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.
So 216 of a Strap Season podcast. I'm your boy Kam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And you know the drill by now, guys. Please head over to our Instagram and our Twitter pages. That's Strap Season Podcast or Strap Season Pod. Link in the bio on both those platforms now take you to where we're situated that streaming wise. So we're on all good streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. The visuals are on YouTube as well. So make sure you guys do that for us. Like, subscribe, give us a follow, leave us a good review, all that good stuff. But Flowz, as usual, how you doing, bro? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Excited to talk boxing. Excited for this episode, actually, because obviously there's a fight that we're going to talk about later on that we've been waiting for about, I don't know how many years it's been, Flowz, since we called for this fight. I don't know. Yeah.
3-4 years?
It was definitely post-uni, for sure.
Yeah.
Because they weren't around like that back then. But yeah, at least a good, 4
years.
Maybe even 5. Yeah.
Before we started the pod, yeah.
Yeah. Before we get to that, listeners, though, we do have some reviews to take care of. Let's start with the one that was over here at home, Flowz. Nick Ball was defending his title against Ronnie Rios. We both said Nick Ball should probably take this one. Obviously, this is his first defense after winning that title against the Savage Ray Ford in Riyadh, I think it was. Very close, razor sharp, split decision win. We said that obviously home crowd, buoyed by the home crowd, it should be enough to drive him through. And the type of fighter Nick Ball is, Flowz, he's very exciting, isn't he? So we knew it was sort of going to be a good sort of exciting fight based on how the way Nick fights, how he's aggressive and that. And we didn't know much about Ronnie Rios, but I think you pointed out, Flowz, that he's Mexican probably, so we knew he'll come to fight. And boy, did he come to fight, Flowz. It was actually a good fight to watch. Ball did get the win, as expected, but it was tough. I won't say tough, it was... Rios made it a good fight to watch, shall I put it that way, Flowz?
Yeah. You can see it in a few ways. The commentary saw it one way. I'll start with that. The commentary saw it as a one-sided beatdown. And Rios, according to commentary, didn't do much. They weren't giving him any credit for what he was doing because he was doing a lot of good stuff. Going to the body, landing some good combinations.
Yeah.
The jab was landing when he threw it. He left Ball, was bloodied by like the second, third
round. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ball was breathing from his mouth early. But at the same time, the commentary was correct and the Ball was piecing the hell out of Rios, but Rios wasn't going.
Wasn't going at all, yeah.
He wasn't saying that. He legit went out on his shield. He got dropped in the third round, was it?
Third round was a round from hell for Ronnie Rios. To be honest, it could have been stopped in that third round.
It very well could have been. And I might give.
In fact, you couldn't even say it should have been, but yeah.
Yeah, I want to give the ref some credit here because it could have been stopped in that third round. I legit thought it would be. I thought he was going to jump in and stop it. But while Rios was getting pieced up and wasn't even throwing back much, he was trying to throw back in portions. But he was still moving. He was still trying to move, even though he was getting pieced up. He was still looking and moving. So I'll give the ref some credit there. If he stopped it, I wouldn't have complained. I'll be so real.
I wouldn't have either. We've seen stoppages come from even less than that.
Yeah.
Home crowd as well. It's easy to be swayed by the occasion and to jump in, give the fans something to cheer for. But yeah, quite surprising actually that the ref let that go in that third round, based on the hellacious beating that Rios was taking.
Yeah, but the commentary were finishing because those portions where Ball wasn't even landing in that thread. They were like, one punch away from I was like,
we know how it is with the commentary on home crowd fighters. We know what it's like.
Yeah.
We've complained so many times. They weren't looking to give Rios credit, but one thing we were going to do on this pod, Flowz, we'll give these fighters credit. And I can say, first and foremost, Flowz, that I was highly impressed with Ronnie Rios on the weekend. He did a lot of things that I felt were right and the correct things, shall I say. His punch selection, He invested the body early. I like to see that. Obviously, based on how Nick Paul starts, he's a very fast starter, comes straight at you. Rios was like, cool. Then he bangs to the body early doors. And it's the right approach to take. He was jabbing, trying to stay on the outside, and as Ball tried to sort of come charging in, he would try and piece him up as he was coming in. Again, the right things to do. On theory, on paper, Rios is doing everything correct. The issue is, Flowz, and this was why Ball was always going to win for me anyways. He's unfortunately up against someone that just genuinely is relentless. Like, it doesn't make sense how relentless Nick Ball is. It's ridiculous. Like, from the first round to the 12th round, if it's a 12-round fight, he's going to come at you and throw the kitchen sink at you every single time. That sort of pressure is so hard to deal with, especially when Ronnie Rios is, I think, a bit older than Ball and hasn't been as active. He took a 2-year gap. He fought earlier in the year, I think just a quick keep busy fight, but then obviously he's come straight into this one. But before that, his last fight was in 2022. So to have a 2-year break, Flowz, to go into someone of the caliber of Nick Ball and the way that he fights, it's a very, very tough ask. So he was never going to win for me, but he was doing the right things. It's just unfortunate that Ball is a machine, to be honest, Flowz. That's the only way we can describe him, really. He's a machine. The wrecking ball, as they call him.
Credit to Rios for even making it. It got stopped in the 10th. Got blown out the ring by Nick Ball Barrage, the wrecking ball. But yeah, I felt like Rios, maybe because of ring rust, I would have liked to see him throw the jab a bit more. I felt like he was waiting in portions a bit too long. Ball's uppercut is ridiculous.
His best shot.
Best shot by far. Throws it, spams it. He spams it with hands every time.
It's one of those where, you know what, Flowz, sometimes we can criticize a fighter for spamming a shot, but when that shot is so beautiful, it's landing every single time, why not spam it? Why not? And he can throw it from any angle as well. Any angle he can throw it.
He throws it both-handed, switches stance to throw it sometimes. Throws 3 in a row, 3-4 in a row. It's a great shot, and it gave Rios hell. But yeah, great fight to watch because Rios had this never say die attitude.
These Mexicans, man.
Yeah, fair play to the corner friend the time when he did. Because he looks knackered and he looks mashed. It looked like his eyes were closed in portions. But
pure willpower showed by this guy, by the way, because it's always peak as well. Getting knocked out the ring is the peakest thing. It's one of the peakest things that can ever happen to you as a fighter.
Yeah, and
it's just so hard to even the willpower that it takes to drag yourself back into the ring, Flowz, not just to get back in the ring, but to stand up and beat the count. Crazy. Yeah. And he did that. He was ready to go. He was ready to carry on. His corner had to throw the towel in. So, yeah, man, what heart show by Ronnie Rios. I will always champion heart. And he showed an abundance of heart on the weekend. Again, it's just unfortunate that he's facing someone in his prime, in his pomp, Nick Ball, who is just a monster. And he was never going to win that fight, but he definitely, I think, won some plaudits. And I wouldn't mind seeing Ronnie Rios again. I think, if he can be a bit more active, he can give other people a hard night's fight for sure. He's definitely not finished.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, big up to Nick Ball. Before we move on, I mean, for him, Flowz, looking to see unifications with Nick Ball, because he's a featherweight champion, WBA. I'm just looking at the other fighters in the division. You got Ray Vargas, Angelo Leo, Rafael Espinosa. But it makes sense maybe to at least unify one of them before maybe moving up, potentially.
Yeah, I'd like to say
it's quite a big name.
Run it back with Ray Vargas.
Yeah.
Many people thought he won that first fight. It was a draw, wasn't it? Yeah, it was a draw.
It was a draw, split draw, yeah.
I had him winning. I thought he won. So I think, they can run it back. It was a great fight, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, any of the champions, he should step in there and show.
Yeah.
He's done well for himself with Ball.
Yeah,
really
definitely.
Really, very excited fighter. It was always going to be excited with him.
I mean, the commentator, I'll ask you, the commentator said that, they feel like Nick Ball is probably the most exciting British fighter. Do you agree with that? I threw it as a Mazine potentially. Maybe you could put him in the mix. But,
yeah. He's Maybe.
He's
I
up
don't, I
there.
don't know.
Probably he's up there, but it's hard to gauge, right?
If I'm like looking at someone like Tank, who's got that one punch, get you out of there.
Yeah.
I don't think Nick Ball, if he had
No,
that in
but
his locker, where it was one punch, get you out of there
but no,
as
but
well.
think British though. As in they specifically said most exciting British fighter.
British fighter.
Yeah.
Hamza Shiraz right now.
Oh, I thought about Hamza as well. Yeah, I thought about Hamza. Yeah.
Hamza, Adam Azim, maybe, but
Azim,
I
yeah.
don't think Hamza Shiraz. Who else is there? Who's super exciting in the British scene?
Not Josh Kelly.
No, not just my man, Daniel Dubois.
Yeah. To be fair, right now, the bar is
Daniel
exciting.
Dubois. Yeah, let's give it to him, man. He's last fights with this man entertaining.
It's
But
true,
Nick Paul's
though.
in the mix. He's in the mix.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Another fight worth mentioning, Flowz, on the weekend. This was actually on Friday. We mentioned it in passing.
Sorry. It'll be
Go.
egregious for us not to say Ben Whitaker as well.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
They were just, but yeah, carry on.
Yeah. But to be fair, a lot of people won't find that exciting though, Flowz. A lot of people are saying that.
That is true.
A lot of people are saying that's
mind.
not exciting. They don't like it. So
yeah, that's true. Marmite.
Serious Marmite.
Yeah, that's
true.
But
we mentioned it in passing last episode, Flowz. We talk about Johnny Beck, who obviously we said is probably the best middleweight out there in the stinking 160-pound division. He's up against this Australian guy, Andre Mikhailovich, a guy we didn't know, but I think he was obviously mandatory. Based on the fact that we don't know who Mikhailovich is, and I looked at his resume, the people he fought, I said Johnny Beck should smoke this guy. And smoke did he, boy, was it a smoking, Flowz. Now, we missed the preamble for this, but obviously doing my research, Flowz, I'm seeing that the preamble there was a bit of needle between the two sides, especially from Mikhailovich's side. They seem to be talking hella smoky, Flowz, towards Johnny Beck. And Johnny Beck doesn't speak English. So I bet it's one of the ones where he's just looking at you thinking, cool, I'll deal with you on the weekend. And Flowz, my gosh, second round was so funny because we've seen him hurt Mikhailovich, right? And Mikhailovich is staggering around. And there's a bit of confusion because I feel like the clapper went and we thought the bell had gone. But I think it was just the clapper, right, Flowz? Or there was a bit of a time issue. So Johnny Beck's kind of stopped and then Mikhailovich is staggering around, carrying on. And then he's realized that, the round's still going on. So he's hit him again, dropped him, and that's when the bell was gone. And we're seeing Mikhailovich sort of crawl back to his corner. And the referee's counted him, obviously. He's continued. But from that, Flowz, it was just a beatdown. It was a nasty, nasty beatdown. And eventually, I think the referee stopped it in the 9th. But yeah, he battered this guy, Flowz. And from what I could tell, Flowz, he could have got this guy out of there as when he wanted. But I think there was an element of, I'm going to punish you for all the comments you made earlier. And yeah, I'm just going to beat you up for 9 rounds before the referee jumps in and stops it. But yeah, man, it was an easy fight for Johnny Beck, Flowz. This guy, I don't know how he became mandatory, but then again, it's a 160-pound division, so we know it's quite poor. Yeah, Flowz, no, he looked like honestly, the mismatch was crazy.
Yeah,
like he looked like he should be even in close to being in the ring with Johnny Beck. It was bad.
Yeah, I didn't watch the fight. I didn't watch the full fight. I haven't really watched highlights, but I saw the stoppage and I saw that round in particular. You sent me the clip, and I was like, "The hell?"
The ref. Right?
I was like, "Ref, stop!" Because Mikhailovich was all over the place. He was all, and Johnny Beck was allowing him. Is the truth. He was literally just in there. This guy had him wobbling and stopped, walked around him, circled him.
He paused by his own corner, Flowz.
Put his hands down.
Put his hands down, looked at him. And no, Mikhailovich stuck his tongue out and then tried to swing. Yeah.
He dodged it, pieced him up a bit more, dropped him. I was like, ref should have stopped this because he was all over the place. And yeah, Johnny Beck let him off the hook is the truth of the matter in that round. I don't know how it went on. Because I was shocked to see it went 9 rounds. I was stunned to see it went 9 rounds. So I was like, what happened there? Maybe this guy fought back or whatever. Maybe put up a fight. I don't know. But anyway, like you say, we expected Johnny Beck to win. The 160-pound division isn't great. Yeah. So
I think he's definitely the class of the 160-pound division. Well, aside from Hamza, who's up and coming a little bit.
Yeah.
But Johnny Beck is quite clearly the I think the best one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's called out the other champions. He's called out Lara and Adamez because he's got 2 of the belts. So Adamez has got the other one. I'll probably say that Adamez is probably next best. And then Lara, probably say he's the third. But yeah, he called them out. He's looking to unify. Unfortunately, look, there's no money in these unifications, though. Zero money. Because that division has got 0 eyes on it. No one cares about this 160-pound division right now, which is a shame. But at the same time, it's because of the fact that it's just not good.
Yeah, I don't know. Miles moved up, but let me even speak about Miles. That's a waste of time. Let me not bother.
I was
Anyway.
going to say, why are you mentioning Why are you
Yeah.
mentioning that guy's name?
Because he was meant to be the guy in the division. He was. And it's a crying shame whatever
Damn
happened.
shame.
But yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Let's move on.
Let's move on. Let's move on. All right, boom. Let's talk about next week, Flowz. What we've been looking for to talk about. Yeah, Beterbiev Bivol is finally here. It was meant to be in May, I think it was, but obviously we know Beterbiev got did the MCO, I think it was.
Yeah.
So it got moved to now. But it's finally here, Flowz. What a fight this is hopefully gonna be. You messaged me earlier in the week saying, you'll feel sick to your stomach if we get another Spence Crawford situation where it's just a complete washing on one side. I agree with Flowz. Hopefully it won't be like that. I don't think it will be like that.
Yeah.
But you never know. But at the same time, listeners, I can't stress this enough, really, Flowz. This is a 50-50 fight. We've been saying it since 4 years ago. Till this day, Flowz, it still remains the same. To me, it's still a 50-50 fight. I've told you so many times, Flowz, I've been back and forth between one day I'm Beterbiev, next day I'm Bivol. One day I'm Beterbiev, next day I'm Bivol. Like I've switched back and forth between the two. It's so hard for me to pick a winner, Flowz. You can make a case on either side for them to win.
Mm-hmm.
Like a legit case, we can go through it as well. But Flowz, I'm gonna come out and say it. If there's a gun to my head on Saturday night, Flowz, I'm going with Bivol. I think Bivol takes it. Gun to my head, I'm going Bivol.
Yeah.
What about you?
You see, I've also been back and forth, and it's always after each of them fight. Usually,
Yep.
it's always
because they both look so impressive after each fight, right?
They both look super impressive, and I think for a long time, Beterbiev hasn't fought in a while.
Since Jan.
Yeah, Callum Smith was it?
Callum Smith, yeah. And then he's obviously done his MCO afterwards.
Yeah, and Bivol's fought since then. Lyndon Arthur and
I think Arthur was last year. No, Arthur was actually last year. Is Zinad? That was
Zinad.
July, I think it was. Zinad?
Yeah, Zinad. Yeah, that was. I guess he was a replacement for Beterbiev.
Facts. Yep.
So, yeah. So, I leading up until this week, I've been thinking Bivol. But as we're getting closer to the fight, you know what it is? I'll say what it is. Because I'm starting to see, most people say it's a 50-50, but I'm hearing a lot of people saying they think Bivol's going to win. Yeah. And for the right reasons. Beterbiev injury, Beterbiev longer layoff. We've all seen Bivol more recently.
And Beterbiev older as well. Those are the only things I can separate in terms of why I'm going for Bivol, to be honest. Yeah.
I think the inactivity and the injury, we don't know how he's going to look. But at the same time, when I said to you my fear of this being a wash-in, I can only see that coming from Beterbiev. I can only, power, right? Yeah, and it's because of the power. If he hurts Bivol, and it could then become a wash-in, he could go crazy. Now he could definitely hurt Bivol, but I think Bivol, and I think people are slightly underestimating Beterbiev's boxing ability because of the power.
Thanks for pointing that out, Flowz, because all we hear with Beterbiev, power. This guy can box. He's actually a very, very competent boxer. More than competent. He's a really good boxer.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. Yeah. So I think people are underestimating that aspect. So it's almost making me want to lean towards Beterbiev. Because from the side, he's sounding like the underdog in the beat for some reason, even though he's not.
I think he's the bookie's favorite, but just overall, I think so. Yeah, last time I checked, I think he was just about. I haven't checked recently, but when it was initially first announced, Flowz, I think Beterbiev was a slight bookie's favorite, but that might have changed since then. Right. But I think overall, in terms of boxing circles, I was seeing more Bivol being championed as the winner.
Okay. Right now, Bivol was the slight favorite.
Oh wow, okay,
Slight.
switch.
Last time I checked, it was dead even. Dead
Wow, okay.
even. No, they had it.
Interesting.
They both had the same odds to win. But
Interesting.
now, right now, and I think that's because of people saying the rhetoric right now seems to be that people are backing Bivol slightly.
Mm.
Um, so I don't know. I think Beterbiev seems more confident. Or it has been, but Bivol doesn't really show too much.
I was saying Bivol doesn't really show much emotion. He's
Yeah,
just yeah.
and yeah, look, I'm stalling here. I'm meant to be picking a winner.
Yeah, Flows, I'm waiting for you to pick, bro. Put your
um,
neck on the line.
um, I've always preferred Bivol
You have.
slightly. I've always preferred Bivol. Let me not switch on him now. But
It's so funny because for years I was team Patar. I said Patar needs to go
yeah,
undefeated. But I've switched recently. I've switched last minute, basically. Got guns to my head. But yeah,
if
it's
it goes the distance, Bivol, I think.
yeah,
Um, yeah, if it goes the distance, I think Bivol. But I don't think it will even be. I don't think it'll be a washing or a schooling by Bivol. I still think it'll be close.
yeah. Let's talk about the strengths for both because obviously we said they both have cases for they could win. Obviously, Beterbiev,
Mm,
the size and power, 20 fights, 20 KOs.
mm.
Um, he can be hurt, he can be dropped, but you
Yep.
question whether Bivol has the power to do that. Bivol, who is notoriously not known for being a killer in there or hurting guys that much. Whether that's by design or just him, we debate all the time. We kind of think that he likes to play with his food a little bit, but in general, Bivol's not the killer in there like Beterbiev is. So you question Bivol, who is, I think, statistically, one of the hardest fighters to hit clean. Um, even though he stays right in front of you, which is insane. But yeah, can he be so hard to hit against a Beterbiev, or will Beterbiev get to him as he's always done with always Beterbiev has got to all his opponents, all of them.
Yeah.
You question also whether Bivol has faced someone the caliber of puncher that Beterbiev is. He hasn't. He hasn't been anyone who hits anywhere as close as hard as Beterbiev. So what is he going to be like if he takes that punch? But inversely, you can also say that Beterbiev, has he been with someone who's as masterful as a boxer as Dmitry Bivol is? Probably say no, he hasn't. So there's genuine cases on both sides. Yeah, obviously the power lies with Beterbiev, so a KO on his side he's more likely. Whereas Bivol, he's more of the technical boxer, right? So he's more likely going to outbox him. Can he outbox him for 12 rounds? We'll have to wait and see, Flowz.
Mm.
I think Bivol will get touched.
Yeah.
It's just how he reacts to the being touched. We'll see. That would be very telling, Flowz. If he seems okay, that can easily back him to, not easily, but I can, I feel more confident backing him to go for that 12-round decision. But if Beterbiev lands that big bomb and we see Bivol, we've never seen Bivol in dire straits. Never wobbled, never shaken. If we see that for the first time, I can't lie, Flowz, to be a rattler. But fair enough. It's Beterbiev. You get me?
There's one moment where Bivol's been hit, and people act like people treat it like the Shea Mosley Mayweather.
Yeah.
It's when Joe Smith Jr. caught him at the end of the
Yep.
round.
Yeah.
I think the bell had gone and it was a shot on the bell. And
Yep.
Bivol walked to his corner. Bivol walked to his corner and
He
sat
looked
down.
fine. Yeah.
He looks fine. He looks fine. But I think because he put his hand on the rope and it was a big shot at the end of the round and he couldn't really respond, people said that, if Beterbiev lands that one, he's finished. Like, okay. Look, Bivol can get touched by Beterbiev, 100%. But Bivol's a masterful round winner. He doesn't let you get away with getting off of him and escaping it.
The way Bivol responds, oh my gosh.
Every single time. You have a bit of success, he's not letting you get away with it.
Yeah.
He's getting it back. Towards the end of the round, he'll activate. He's a masterful round winner. But Beterbiev could be the same as well.
We've mentioned Beterbiev in his gears. How many times we've seen him just go up a level?
Yep.
Yardy went up a level. Callum Johnson just went up a level. Even Gvodzik, who was outboxed him for the start, he stepped up. Was it Marcus Brown?
Yes. When he activated on him.
He activated differently. So, again, this is what makes all these variables, Flowz, what makes this so fascinating, this fight here. A true 50-50, man. But I don't want to say too much, Flowz, because the last time we said true 50-50, look what flipping happened. My man Spence got killed. That Flowz, we were pushing that 250 for time for that fight, and it was a washing. Oh, imagine if this is a washing. Like Spence Crawford. Oh, that'd be such a rattler, man.
Yeah, crazy, man. Like, look, and this fight has been getting a lot of reception and love from the MMA world. I've seen people say, I saw the question posed, what is the MMA equivalent to this? And they held their hands up and said they've never had anything like this. They've never had a true, well, someone said it, we've never had anything like this. This is a true 50-50, the best be the best. We've never had two elite guys at the peak who are both unstoppable, both different enough, step in the ring and face each other. They've not had it, they said.
Yeah.
And I don't think, well, we thought we had it.
Dog.
We thought we had it, but we ain't had it in a long time.
I beg this is not another Spence Crawford. I beg.
Wait. But the thing is,
but the thing is, that won't hurt me this much though, because obviously Spence was really my guy.
Yeah.
Whereas, and I was a huge fan of Crawford, so I wasn't. But these guys, they're not my guys like that. So even though I'm a massive fan of both of them, it's not gonna kill me as much as seeing Spence go like that was sad. I'm sorry, but yeah.
The thing is with that one, there were people who were generally saying the other person isn't on the other person's level.
Yes.
A lot of people were saying
Crawford is levels above Spence. Yeah.
A lot of people were adamant that you lot keep saying it's 50-50. It's not.
Look at Sean. Sean was so Sean came sat here with us on this pod and said it's not, it's 100% one way.
Yeah.
And he was right.
This time around, I'm not seeing anyone saying it's not 50-50. People are saying they might be picking a winner. They might be saying, this person, I think this person's going to stop him, or this person, but they're not saying that. People were disgusted that people were saying it's a 50-50 with Spencer Crawford. They were like, this guy is not on his level.
Yeah.
But this one, I think everyone agrees that this is a 50-50. This is the best v the best, elite v elite, undefeated v undefeated.
Boy.
No one else is beating them.
Russian versus Russian. Yeah, man. It just This
undisputed.
Fight is undisputed, bro. This fight is gargantuan. We've been waiting for an undisputed 175 pounder for such a long time, and it's finally here, man. So I just hope both of them are on their A game. Again, I'm not a fan of the fact that obviously he's coming off an MCL. That's a serious injury at his age. But this is Beterbiev, Flowz. This is the guy that is apparently getting stronger and faster as he gets older. So, so it might not affect him. More destructive. So it might not affect him. So but we shall see, Flowz. And it's a shame that these two aren't talkers like that. Like there's obviously me, I love a bit of needle. You know me, I love a bit of drama. But these two are so respectful of each other, and they're not going to be trash talking each other. They're not that way inclined, which is a shame. But sometimes you don't need that. Like Spence Crawford, there wasn't that much trash talking. I wasn't too mad at it because when you have that mutual respect between two amazing guys, it's cool. So I'm okay with that. And their English, both of them, is not great anyway. So yeah.
Well, Beterbiev's trash talk kills me.
I tell you,
it's scary. He doesn't say too much.
Yeah, no, he's not trash talking. He just talks like his truth. And it sounds scary coming from him because he's so serious and he
makes threats always.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah.
when Yard called him.
I was gonna say Yard. Yeah.
I said, okay, we'll see. I'm stuck.
Man.
Bivol just gives credit. Bivol don't care. Bivol said, it's good.
I will say this though, Flowz, as well. Eddie needs this one, boy. I feel like Eddie needs this one, boy. Matthew's been on a horrible run recently. Eddie needs this one, boy.
It's funny the way
5v5 packing, AJ getting packed. Like a few of Eddie's guys have been slapped.
Haney was not Haney. So is Haney his guy? I don't think Haney went. Nah.
At the time, I don't think he was.
Yeah. Eesh. And it's funny because before the 5v5, we were saying how Eddie's clearing the Queensberry, but no one was really paying attention at the time.
Yeah.
No one was paying attention. Now it's like Eddie's been losing to Queensberry for years. I was like, it's only just come around,
Even though this is obviously Eddie's involved and Frank Roman was there as well, Beterbiev is a top-ranked fighter still, isn't he? He's not Queensberry.
I believe so. No, he's not.
He's not Queensberry because obviously you saw in the build. Obviously, I guess because Frank was there, I think so. But yeah, he's definitely top rank for sure. Yeah, cool.
I think so.
Yeah, Flowz, talking's done. We'll see on Friday, innit? We see on Saturday, innit? We'll see what happens. But Saturday, we should see an undisputed light heavyweight champion. I can't wait. If it's a draw, then run it back immediately. If it's a cracking fight, run it back immediately, to be honest, Flowz. I can see these two get on. The start, they're stylistically so different as well. So styles make fights, as we know in boxing. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it massively. We got to talk about the undercard as well, Flowz, because it's another cracking reality season undercard. There's some fighters and some fights there are worth talking about. Just to run through it, we have Muhammad Alakel versus Jesus Gonzalez at lightweight. We've got Sky Nicholson versus Raven Chapman for Nicholson's WBC Women's Featherweight title. Ben Whitaker versus Liam Cameron at light heavyweight. Just to touch upon that one, Flowz. Liam Cameron, we know who fought, I don't even remember, he fought Lyndon Arthur earlier in the year to a split decision loss. So Arthur kind of struggled against him. So it's a nice, I guess, measuring stick to see where Whitaker is at. Because if he washes my man, why not say he can, maybe call out Lyndon Arthur or someone like that? You know what I mean? So yeah. What else? We got Jared Pataya versus Jack Massey, Flowz, for Pataya's IBF Cruiserweight title. Do you remember Massey? He fought Parker one time, and he lost to Riakporhe a couple of years ago as well, I think. But I'm fully expecting Pataya to do his thing there, Flowz, and knock him out quickly. To be honest, get him. Sorry, Massey, you might get Edith Zorod. You might get Zorod still.
I expect it.
The way Pataya's been moving, Flowz. Yeah. Fabio Wardley, Fraser Clarke, Flowz 2. Let's talk about this one. Because obviously we was there live or we went to watch the first fight. Was that early this year? It was early this year.
Yeah, it was.
And definitely one of the best fights we've been to or we've seen, for sure, Flowz. Absolute classic. Barnstormer. It was a draw. I can't remember how I scored it on the day. I can't remember. Do you remember how you scored it on the day? Did we even score it, or were we just gassed at the occasion?
I think I stopped scoring.
Yeah, I definitely didn't finish scoring it. I think I was happy with the draw, though. I thought the draw was fair.
Yeah, I don't think I've actually watched it back. I don't remember maybe I did at the time, but I can't remember it.
I'll probably look to watch it back before the fight. But yeah, part 2 Flowz. Obviously, they had to run it back. What are your thoughts on this one, bro? Are you thinking more? You think it'll be more of the same, or do you think one of these guys will make the adjustments? I wouldn't be surprised, Flowz, if we see the adjustments mainly coming from Fraser Clarke. To be honest, because I feel like he warmed back into the fight in the first fight. Flowz. Wardley started fast like a train, as he tends to, but Clarke, to me, started to figure him out and started to time him really, really well. And it was, if not for Wardley's crazy heart flows and desire, there were times where he was out on his feet completely, bro. But his grit and determination dragged him through. But based on what I saw and the way Clarke made adjustments in that first fight, I might be leaning to him, doing it, Flowz, and winning on Saturday still.
Yeah.
If I had to pick one.
Yeah, I don't think Fabio even had a good fight last time. But look, the thing is, remember, Cam, we've been critical of Fabio Wardley for a long time, up until we just accepted him for what he was.
Yes.
It will take a beating before he activates.
Yeah.
And Fraser Clarke was outboxing him, is the truth. Outboxing him. But I think he scored 2 knockdowns, Wardley. Yep. And we can put it down to Fraser Clarke not being experienced enough. Maybe not even being that good himself, to be fair. So
he looks all right, but yeah.
Well, yeah, against Fabio Wardley.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
He's a better boxer. I think that's clear to see. He's a better boxer than Fabio Wardley. But I don't think Fabio Wardley boxed as well as he can. We saw him box well against David Adeleye, or better.
Yes.
Once again.
Adeleye,
he's against that. But I think both of them can make improvements and adjustments. I think Fraser Clarke was maybe more experienced at that level. It's a big jump up, whereas Wardley just seems to not be having a good day, not doing the basics as well. So who knows? It'll be a great fight, I'm sure. But I think, based on what I saw first fight, the better boxer is Fraser Clarke, and I usually go with the better boxers.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I won't be surprised Just a long odd shout for me, yeah. But looking at the presser and whatnot, I'm looking at the state of Fabio Wardley's nose. Now we know he's had nose issues. He's always fights. His nose gets busted open and whatnot. But like, it looks like there's been a fresh cut on his nose, Flowz. I wouldn't be surprised, Flowz, if we might see it, you know, because he's going to get hit. And that nose is going to explode and there'll be blood everywhere. I wouldn't be surprised if we see doctors coming in, Flowz, and potentially a stoppage based on the doctor's decision. Because his nose looked to state already, Flowz. Before
he always looks smash up before fights.
Yeah, but he does. But this is even worse, Flowz. This looks even worse.
I've not pre it all. I've not pre the.
I was reading. I thought, his nose looks a bit of a mess. If Clarke touches this, and we know he always gets busted open every fight.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, we won't be surprised. I won't be surprised at all if we see a doctor's decision coming in and them stopping the fight potentially because of a cut. But yeah, his nose is an absolute state. He gets hit too much, man. He gets hit way too much.
Yeah.
And it's exciting though.
It'll be that he looks like his eyes already bust before a fight.
Yeah.
I'm always wondering what's this
man showing up all match up.
But remember, he's from the same camp as Dylan White, Alan Babbage. They man are known for hard spots.
For real. That man just doghouse session every single time, right?
That's how Wardley came up as well, giving people hell inspiring, great spars. So look, Wardley could come out like a train and blitz Fraser Clarke out of there. Same way.
He's got the power to,
yeah. He's got that power. He's got that doggedness. But I think Clarke showed heart getting up twice and boxing to the finish. So I think it's Fraser Clarke should be going in there in the more confident one.
Agreed. I think I'm leaning towards Fraser still.
Yeah, and Fabio could be like, look, I didn't perform the best, so I could definitely perform better. So he shouldn't be lacking confidence too. He just knows he needs to perform better.
Yeah,
but we'll see. Like you say, we'll look out for his nose and see what happens.
Yeah, look out for his nose because I looked at it. I thought to myself, this looks even worse than usual, and he usually looks bad before fights. So yeah. Last fight on the card, Flowz. We don't have to talk too much about it because we already killed him for it. But Chris Eubank Jr. versus Kamil Szeremeta. As we said, Flowz, it's a fight that Eubank Jr. shouldn't be having at this stage of his career. And we're not calling Szeremeta trash, by the way. Szeremeta's only losses have come to Triple G, Flowz, and Munguia back-to-back. And that's a couple of years ago. So instead, he's won all his fights. He's not trash. But I'm not going to go as far to say he'll win. Eubank Jr. probably win, Flowz. But all I will say this, Flowz. Eubank Jr., if I see you struggling, Szeremeta giving you hell, and even losing, you'll see me here next week crashing it. Simple. You know me, Flowz. I have no qualms with crashing at Chris Eubank Jr. So I just need an excuse, Flowz, to do it. Just an excuse. So if I see him struggling against Szeremeta, cool. It's up for him. That's it.
Yeah, he should really get the stoppage here. Szeremeta doesn't have power. Look, Szeremeta impressed me against Golovkin.
Yeah, I know he did.
He impressed me. I was killing Golovkin for that. Golovkin stopped him in the 7th or 8th round.
Retired him,
yeah.
And don't forget, Munguia, Flowz, remember, he was a late replacement. He was a late replacement. And he gave a good account of himself. It's just that obviously he was outmatched, outgunned. But yeah.
So look, if Eubank Jr. is serious, you've got to stop him. Now, look, I'm not full of Kamil Szeremeta, but when I've seen him, he's meant to be food. He's been stopped, but he's done okay.
Yeah,
he's done enough to impress me. Or done enough for me to cook Golovkin.
I mean, you and the Golovkin, that's not hard.
Well, I'm hoping he does enough for me to cook Eubank Jr. as well. And yeah, look, Eubank, there's no excuse.
No excuse.
Because that was a finished Golovkin, really and truly. Are you finished, Eubank? We're going to find out.
Boy, hey, let me not say too much. Boy.
If you struggle, if you don't stop him.
If I see him struggling, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Saute. We're going
to... joke of a guy, man. Scumbag. Cool. Yeah, folks, that's it, really. That's all the fights we want to talk about. I look forward to this weekend. It should be great. I think we can leave it there, mate.
Yeah.
Cool. This has been episode 216 of the Track Season podcast. Once again, I'm your host, Kam.
I'm your host, Flowz.
And as always, guys, you know where to find us on the streaming platforms. Peace.
You taking a strap? I'm strapped up.
What was that about?
let's make the fight happen. We strap the fuck up.